Welcome back to our Chronicle of Vampire the Masquerade, New Orleans by Night. This is chapter 2 of our story, and we thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead and do our synopsis. Adam, since you were kind of our spotlight story starting off character last week, let's have you go ahead and do the synopsis for us this week.
Okay, so my character, Andre Ducard, was brought in to the Camarilla by his sire. What was her name again?
Sierra Riojas.
Yes.
Yep.
And he met the prince, Charity.
Yep.
And he was given like territory by the prince in this area of New Orleans to take over and kind of we don't know what exactly they want us to do with it. Or
Only that they want you to.
But that they want me to do something with it. Or at least me and Sierra or whatever. And so that territory has a couple of businesses right next to each other. One of them is Cassandra's dream, right?
Yes.
And it is run by Iris, Monica's character, where she reads palms and does tarot card readings and things like that for the area. And next door to her is a morgue, right? Is it a morgue or is it a funeral home?
Funeral home.
Funeral home.
There's a morgue
there's
in
a
the
morgue.
back.
Yeah.
So technically.
A funeral home run by Dee's character, Persephone. And so Persephone is, runs this funeral home, and she's this seemingly like otherworldly like lady from the 1800s. And so I was.
That was what you thought.
That's what
seemingly,
you think.
that was my
she
opinion.
was a rich weirdo.
That was my opinion, yeah. So, and I've seen a lot of rich weirdos.
He doesn't even know she's rich.
No, but if you act that weird, you got money. Let's just be real.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
there's a difference between you're weird and Iris is weird. Iris is weird is no money.
Yeah.
She got no money.
So,
okay. Yeah, fair.
I was tasked by the prince to find out who the other kindred were, and it was these two. And also Persephone's son.
But you don't
Pig.
know that. You didn't put that together.
Right. Out of game. I didn't.
Yeah, you only
so.
told your
I
side
only
that there were
to-
two.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to report back to my sire about who the kindred were, and I only spoke of two of them.
Correct.
So, and then the other thing that I had to do was find out about the thin blood, or
Yeah. And you had to
Dawn
get-
Walkers. Dawn, no.
Duskborn is what
Duskborn.
they- yeah.
Dusk, whatever.
Daywalker.
Daywalker.
Different
They're-
game.
Yeah.
Different movie.
Blade.
Different franchise.
Yeah. A lot of the Wesley Snipes is walking around.
Yeah.
But so anyways, so I had to find out more about them, but that was going to be for a later date. So the first chapter was meeting the other characters, learning more about them, and as I was meeting them, Iris gets a customer that walks in, and he needs to get his palm read. And throughout the game, Monica had been making rolls and been getting hungrier, and she failed a roll and got too hungry on this guy as he was asking her if he did the right thing, and to read his future and see if he did the right thing. And as she's reading his palm, she just bites right into him and starts sucking his blood out. And
Yep. She ripped his blood out. Yep.
she got his blood out, and I see this, and she's just still going to town. She's
Yep.
not stopping at all.
My bad.
She's just really just getting in there. And so she seemingly kills the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I get Persephone to come help. We do something we get the body, and we're gonna put it in the morgue and hold on to it for the day.
Well, that's what you think happened.
Yeah, that's what I think happened. But that's not what happened. What ended up actually happening was that Persephone got so enraged by the situation that she ripped the body in two, and in doing so, her character realized that this person was a Duskborn, right?
Right.
I don't know if you.
She failed upwards, basically.
Yes, if you relayed that to Iris.
Probably not yet.
I don't
Not
think
yet.
so. I think Iris
Yeah.
just
Still
kind of
thinking.
Because we were kind of
out right
yeah,
after that.
we were in this situation where we were like, oh, well, we may have already killed one, yay, or something. But so none of us really know what's going on there,
Yeah.
other than Persephone.
Well, I don't even know that they're supposed that you were sent to hunt them.
Yeah.
Exactly, not yet.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's still
So-
a very wrong thing to do.
Yes. So I go and speak with my sire after all of this and tell him about the kindred and tell him about the Duskborn situation. that we're
No,
gonna
you didn't tell
No,
her
I'm gonna
about
tell
that.
him that we're gonna that we're gonna figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
I know anything about it.
Right.
Okay.
But one thing I did ask was about what do we do about the Duskborn if they try to fight us? And wouldn't that break the rule? And then she laughed maniacally at me and said, there's loopholes. We live in loopholes. Seemingly we can kill them.
There's
Possibly.
ways.
There's ways. So, and that's where it seemingly ends.
Yep. That's a very good synopsis. And that's where tonight's tale begins, unless you two had anything you wanted to add that you thought was important before we begin.
I don't think so.
Persephone would have filled Ig in on what was going on. He came in at the very end.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and that's where we will begin in that case.
Oh, okay.
You open the door to the crematorium, pulling the rolling tray back, organizing the ashes, making sure that the little bits of bone and teeth that didn't burn are ground up and are put into a plastic bag. Takes an hour or two after the business has been done to sort everything. Very awkward silence pretty much throughout this whole process. And you know, he'll respond when you ask him to do something, but it's very yes, no. And when you're finished, he says, kind of with a sigh, just, do you want me to take this somewhere? Where does this need to go? Obviously, if this is something we need to get rid of, we need to get rid of it. But where?
Can I make an intelligence roll to see what would be?
Sure.
Because
Sure.
Persephone is very intelligent. I am not.
Intelligence plus streetwise. Difficulty of 3.
I have 4 successes.
You tell him pretty succinctly that, you know, he can take it and, you know, drive by the river, throw it in, you know, cut the bag open, let it go. No one will ever know. And then he goes, cool. Goes to grab his jacket and keys and just starts to walk out the door with the bag, you know, tucked into another bag so that it doesn't look obvious that he's carrying ashes.
When that is finished, you'll need to return.
Why? His back's still to you.
Is it, what time at night is it?
It's early,
Oh, okay.
3 or 4 a.m.
Because the Camarilla is now aware of where we are. Where I am. They don't know about you yet.
Fuck.
And I would rather it stay that way for the time being.
Probably best for me to leave town then, huh?
No. You have not been released.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. What's he rolling?
What's his dots and willpower?
6.
Okay.
6.
You hear him mutter something under his breath, but you can't make it out.
Oh!
He says, all right, I'll be back.
You little shit.
Why is he so pissy?
You don't know. Out the door he goes. Maybe a conversation for when he returns.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, boy, it's getting late. But you think you got it all. You think it's all cleaned up.
I have a question. Why wouldn't I have eaten all the blood? This is a world where it's messy? This is not I suck it all dry?
You lost control.
Okay.
You did, but you bit into his wrist. He was fighting you for a
that's
while,
right, yeah.
and then he wasn't.
I gotta look for all the spatter.
Yeah, it's not like it's a massive pot. It's like there
Okay,
was,
okay.
it maybe spread out maybe a foot.
Okay,
But-
that's not as bad as
No, it's not like all over the walls and, you know.
It's like some mad chomping as he's pulling his arm away.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, your beast took control. It doesn't care if it keeps the masquerade in check. It doesn't care if it's kind and feeds responsibly.
I don't mean responsibly. I just
No, that's
wasteful.
what I'm saying. It's just,
The beast doesn't seem like.
well,
it's
by the
wasteful.
time the beast would have thought to lick that off the floor, you were full.
Ah, okay,
And you had gotten control of yourself.
okay.
Had you been a white, you would have been licking on the floor. And
Oh, what?
that's when you lose all your humanity.
Oh,
You become basically just at the whim, of the beast, or just an uncontrollable monster.
okay.
So you have to try very hard as far as game terms to get to that point, but
The way I'm going.
I'll give it time. But nonetheless, you do manage to clean and get the place cleaned up, and you think it might be time to close for the night. Most customers aren't
It's already closed
out anyway, or it already is closed.
because he turned it to close when he came in.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So you sit there, and what are you thinking?
I'm trying not to think. She's probably thinking like, that she's gonna just pretend nothing happened. She's concocting her story. He came in, asked if he and his friends did the right thing. She told him, well, she has her varieties of what she'll tell, whether it's mortal police or vampires who come looking, and that he left out the back door, and just the minimum answers, not try to over-explain anything, and go about life as normal. That's the smartest thing to do. She's gonna have to do something with all these bloody rags and shit. She'll have to think of that. Maybe the nice lady next door can burn them up for her. Because she doesn't know y'all took the remains out. She thought they were just gonna stay in there. So she's like, maybe I could do that. But she's just sort of like drifting through these logical thoughts of what to do to avoid consequences, and also just trying to completely numb out and not think of anything.
Well, about that time,
Uh-oh.
there's a pensive knock on your door. Almost like
Pensive knock?
somebody, just kind of like maybe they don't
Hesitant?
Yeah.
Okay.
don't want or care if you come. but
Okay, good. It's closed. I ain't opening it.
Okay.
Did they say anything?
No, you're kind of down behind, where your area is.
All my blinds are closed too.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
So-
I just listen in
Okay.
case they're gonna say something.
You just hear Miss Cassandra? No. You do recognize the voice.
Oh, I know who that is.
Who?
It's my sire.
You can go open and see.
I want to peek out the blind.
Okay. Now, doing so will probably not let the person know
I
that
don't care. I'm too excited.
it's a familiar face.
Oh,
The man across the street that owns the Hurricanes to Go stand.
shit! Does he see me?
Yes. Well, let's see. It is dark. We'll give
I
you.
thought it was Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln?
That's who I thought my sire was in the last game where I was her. I just convinced myself. I just called him that.
Yes, he does see you.
Fuck!
I just want to make sure you're okay. I saw you closed earlier.
I'll open the door. I gotta act normal.
Okay.
Yes, I just wasn't feeling well. But I'm only cracking it open because there's probably shit on my clothes.
Okay.
But thank
Well-
you.
Anything I can do for you?
No. I just want to have an early night.
Is that young man okay?
What young man?
I know, not trying to pry, but I saw you didn't have many customers. There was a white boy that came in earlier, really dressed really nice, and then you had
Yeah, he's fine.
a young black man come
Oh,
in, but
yeah.
I never did see him leave. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
Oh, he left out the back.
Oh,
Yeah.
does that happen a lot?
No. It was odd.
He seemed to be acting kind of funny when he was walking down the street. I was kind of worried about him.
What do you
He's looking
mean?
around over his shoulder a lot, like making
That's-
sure he wasn't being followed.
That's why I assumed he wanted to go out the back. That's why I didn't ask.
Well, I just wanted to check on you, make sure he hadn't done anything to you.
No. Well, I
Okay.
hope he's all right. Humanity. Oh shit!
I don't think that would be a humanity check,
Okay.
but what it will be is a bullshit check.
Sanity.
So it's going to be manipulation
Okay.
plus persuasion. Difficulty of 2. Because this man does trust you.
You said persuasion.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, if you feel like you don't have enough dice.
Oh, I got enough.
Okay.
Well, last time I rolled, I had very few dice. This time I have a lot. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, well, I'll let you get some rest. I'm sure you got, a lot left to do for the night. I was closing up. I wanted to make sure you were okay.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.
And off he goes.
Shit.
Meanwhile, in a penthouse overlooking the Mississippi River, a tired Sierra, a tired Andre exchange very few words just for her to say, you can sleep in the guest bedroom or you can sleep with me. I don't care, but I am sleeping nonetheless. We will talk at last light. First thing, tomorrow night.
Last light.
She likes to cut it close, huh?
As soon as you're awake, my child. We have a lot to discuss.
Okay.
And so, night turns to day.
Wait. Which bed did you choose?
I think I just stayed in the
Guest bedroom.
Yeah, you covered up a murder. I would.
Night turns to day. Your body's become dead for all intents and purposes, if anybody were to look at you.
Yucky.
And then day to night. And the setting sun stirs your blood and you rise. So everybody give me a rouse check.
What are those again?
You just roll a black dice. If you get a symbol on it, congratulations. You're fine.
Nope.
You get hungrier by 1 point.
Come
so your hunger
on.
increases to 2.
I just killed a dude. I was riding high on that. Damn it! I can't do anything right.
You got a taste for blood. What kid?
Yeah. was like, oh, I
you
got away
feel
with it.
you feel, hungrier as you wake, and you
Right,
feel
it's breakfast.
kind of things returning to how they were. That feeling, that constant gnawing of that slight hunger.
It's the I'm fine meme
Yeah,
with the fire.
right. That's usually hunger 3.
That's me because of what happened last night.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Because last night I started at a 1, and look where that got me.
Gotcha.
This is fine.
So, yeah, you both feel yourselves get a little hungrier. You are okay. You make your way downstairs to the lower floor where the living area is. Once again, you find her looking out over the city, nude except for a nightgown draped over herself.
Cool.
And she senses your presence, and without turning, says, the other 4 there are your next lesson in kindred society, and something you would do well to remember.
The other 4 where? What?
At your, shall we say, debutante ball last night. I don't know what they call them. I don't really care, but your coming out party, shall we say.
Gotcha.
You met the sheriff, the tall, burly-looking guy with the beard, standing to the prince's right when you were looking at her. That is Dutch. He's the Bruja sheriff. I don't know much about him other than he's been in New Orleans for quite some time. He has a French accent, so take that for what you will. He's capable, I have no doubt. The person immediately to her left, the other gentleman with the dark hair, the olive complexion, is Antonio Calabuchari. He's a Tremere. He is the seneschal of this city, which means he is only second to the prince. She, or he, has her ear, and vice versa. They seem to work well together as far as I can tell. The person to his right was Karen Chantry. She's a Ventru. She is the Harpy. Basically think of her as a social media influencer, but for our society. And then the one that I'm still not sure why she was there, but I am worried about, is while a person with a title is not, shall we say, as esteemed as those that were there last night, and that is Morgane. She was the young mixed race woman you saw up there. To Dutch's right, or left. She is the Toreador Primogen, which means she speaks for the clan on affairs of state.
Toreador what?
Primogen. I don't know why she was there. Maybe just to have Toreador representation. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. What does matter is that very important people saw you. Very important people know your business. And they expect success, as do I. Tonight, those Duskborn should be gone.
Okay.
You do this and show good faith for them, show good faith for me. We'll discuss completing your training, and maybe in a few years or so, we'll discuss you being released from my charge, being your own person. But until then, Mother is watching. Do you have any questions for me about what went down last night or anything maybe you didn't tell me?
Anything that didn't tell you?
No. Why would you say that?
No, I had. If anything, my question, and this may be more of an out character question, but when it comes to feeding, I guess I'll kind of say it. Maybe I'll say it in characters like, I can feel this hunger.
Yes.
Happening. How do I satiate this hunger? I know it's down to finding a human and getting their blood, and
I've showed you that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I'm out of character.
Where?
Yeah, where? Like, are we finding?
Well, the benefit to you now that you are a recognized member of the Camarilla is that you have access to what is called the Rack, which is not too far from us. It's a French Quarter, a place where the tourists frequent. Most all kindred have access to it, but if you are to stay in New Orleans and feed from it regularly, you need to be recognized by the Camarilla, which you are. You could feed from there tonight, and should you prove worthy of your clan and of Camarilla society and do what the prince asked, then you'll surely be able to feed from there anytime you want.
Okay. Because I just need to get a quick bite before I go off to do my services.
I know you're sensitive and like particular things, and that would probably be more up your alley, shall we say.
Okay.
If you need help, I can show you. We can work together, but...
I mean, maybe just this one time.
Very well.
This is just because I'm new, everybody.
Come with me, my child. And tell me, what are you looking for tonight? She kind of says, kind of mockingly,
I mean, I don't
happy, horny, sad, angry.
Is this because whatever their emotions
devoid
are,
of all, potentially devoid of all feelings altogether, drugged out beyond belief, drunk, young, pretty, ugly. What do you want?
Let's go pretty and happy.
Pretty and happy. That's easy. That's the easiest one to do.
Perfect.
She takes you downtown to the French Quarter, and she takes you in her vehicle, driving you through the city streets. It's not Mardi Gras season. We're just past that. So it's not as busy as it may normally have been this time of year. You kind of pass by the old Absinthe House and enter a parking deck, and you make your way through the city streets, and people are starting to get festive at this point. And she says, one thing I'll reiterate to you is that if you drink drunk, you become drunk. You drink high, you become high. So watch yourself, unless you want that.
Not tonight.
It's probably for the best. I was wondering if you would want to take the edge off. But let's see. And she begins to look around at all the different nightclubs and notice different places. And she's just like, no. And you have a feeding restriction, don't you, Adam?
Where can I find that?
It'll be on your character sheet under merits and flaws. We're whispering about cake off mic, just so you know.
Just like last night,
advantages and flaws? Do you mean advantages and flaws?
Yeah, advantages and flaws.
I have prey exclusion.
Yes. You should have defined something there. So it's you eat from that type of thing exclusively, that type of person.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I thought we said he likes the partiers or something.
I think that's right.
I can't remember.
I think it had something to do with like seemingly like wealthy business parties.
Sure. Okay. So you want to relay that to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if we're talking like maybe like social media influencers.
Sure.
Those people.
Sure. So you find a nightclub that's got a pretty bumping clientele at this point. It looks like it's definitely higher end. There's like a $40 cover charge to get in the door, velvet rope, lined up. So it's obviously going to be young, well-to-do people. She makes her way to the front of the line, and she looks at the guy and she just says, "We're on the list. Sierra Riojas and Andre Ducard." And he's like, "Lady, I'm not." She looks at it and she says, "Young man, we are on the list. You're on the list." And he opens the rope and lets you right inside. And she makes her way back to the VIP area, swaying gracefully, dodging all the moving bodies on the dance floor. And there's like a yuppie group of college frat bros with their frat girls that are all sitting around having drinks and laughing and joking. And you can definitely tell that, she's making her way towards that table. And she sits down, at a table next to them and, motions for you to sit down as well. Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Take your pick. Be careful about it."
Okay. Then I guess I'm just going to pick one of the girls there. Then.
Okay. So you make your way over to her, and you can instantly tell the guys are kind of starting to watch, just being territorial and drunk. And they're like, "Hey, bro, nice suit."
I'm just acknowledging it and not really saying anything back.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like an acknowledgement of like a, thanks, but
Right.
I'm not saying it out loud.
Man, you look sick.
Okay.
You all right?
Oh shit.
See, I was going to ask, do I need to,
She's not telling you on purpose. It's at that moment you realize, and she looks over and smirks at you
What a bitch.
whenever
You're just a little boy.
she's making you learn the hard way. You could blush right now, and it's a gradual thing. It doesn't just go, psh, like, you'll just start to look healthier.
And
Can
they're
I
drunk,
just
so.
do that?
Yeah.
then?
Yeah, make a rouse check. All right, you get hunger increases by 1. And, you can say something to play it off or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. So I'll just be like, just say something about like, it's just poor lighting. It's real dark here.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, this table's reserved. So, but that one, you and your old lady are sitting at, and you kind of see her straighten her back a little bit, at that, not mad, just, like, oh, okay, that one's fine. And the girls are like, "Gosh, Dean, you're such an ass.
Dean is an ass.
Just sit down. What's your name?"
I'm just gonna tell him my name. Then just tell him my name's Andre Ducard.
"Well, my name's Amber.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you."
So I want to it's like, "Oh, nice to meet you," and I put my hand on her shoulder. It's like, "Would you like me to buy you a drink?"
Well, no, let's dance first.
Sure.
And
let's
then
go.
maybe. If you got moves, then yes. But we'll see.
Sure. Let's do it then.
And you can see Dean's about to say something. It's like, shut, Dean, you broke with, you know, you hear one of the girls, you broke up with her like 3 months ago and she's here by herself. Let her have some fun. And he's just like, but, you know, and she just grabs your hand. And obviously it's a ploy to make him jealous. Mm-hmm. And, you know, takes you to the dance floor. And, you know, begin to move and sway. And let's see how good a dancer you are, man. We're going to give me Dex plus athletics. Yeah. Not going to set a difficulty, but for every success you get.
Okay, so I need
and you need
roll.
to replace 3 of those with the red dice.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Just re-roll that one. Okay. So you didn't get you got a success. It's not a messy or anything like that. You dance very well, and she's very impressed and begins to move closer to you, and you know, maybe brush herself up against you. Mm-hmm. If you're careful, you could hide in plain sight and do it right now. But that is entirely up to you.
What does it mean? What do you mean by be careful?
Just like make it look like you're making out with her, and you know.
Yeah, like I think I'd try that then.
Okay.
It's like it's a slow song that
Right.
pops up or something.
So she seems receptive, but she looks over at the table as you start to, you know, whisper in her ear and stuff, and then, you know, you kiss and then a bite, and all of a sudden she, you know, puts her arms around you and grasps tighter because it feels good to them. And you start to drink. If you take one, it doesn't do any harm. It's relatively quick. If you take more than that, it takes a lot longer and it may become noticeable. But it's your call.
So if I take 2, then it would be...
It takes an entire scene. It's like they're like, God, get a room, you two. If you take more than one, it becomes really like, looks like basically you're giving her hickeys, you know, type thing.
Okay, I guess I'll just take 1 then.
Okay, so your hunger goes to 2, and you do what your sire told you, and you lick the wound closed. And you feel invigorated, you know, the music, the night air, you know, everything. And then something washes over you that you weren't expecting, a feeling of sudden sadness. It may be longer term. This is just a temporary benefit for her being out tonight, but maybe she's not really over Dean or not over something. And there's a sadness to her, and you get those rushes of emotion. But anyway, she puts her arms around you and she begins to kind of sob softly, and she's like, just thank you for paying attention to me. And you know, then you feel a tap on your back, and you're like, hey, you hear, hey, asshole, she's with us tonight. I don't know what you think you're doing coming in here. That's our friend, you know, and it's obviously Dean's voice from behind you.
Fuck off, Dean.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm just going to say, look, buddy, she needed some attention, so I just gave her some. If you started giving her some attention...
At that, he's like, fuck you, and he shoves you back.
That's fine. So
And everybody starts to clear off a little bit.
So I've just come back from the shove,
Evacuate
and I would just say, buddy, you don't want this. Just back away.
Do you want to
make things
say
better.
that, or do you want to project that? Because you have an ability you have dominate.
Yeah,
Ooh.
cloud memory.
Well, you have 2 dots in dominate.
No,
So
I have 1 dot in dominate.
you have 1 dot in dominate.
Yeah.
So you can just say, forget it. You know, like you can say, you don't want none of this. Forget it. And the command is forget.
Yeah.
And it could make him walk away
Then I
or leave.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you want him to
yeah.
do.
Yeah. You don't want it. You don't want to do this. Leave.
Okay. Alrighty. So you say that, and what I will need you to do for me is There is no rouse check for that. I will need you to roll charisma plus dominate.
With two reds.
Uh-huh. How many?
2.
Okay. You do win ties, against mortals especially.
Okay.
So he kind of, yeah. Man, fuck you. And he just walks off, you know.
And then
And she's just like, I've never seen anybody stand up to him. You want to get out of here?
Whoa!
sure.
She's like, all right, come with me. And she takes you back to her car.
Bye, Sierra.
And Sierra sees you as you're
I
going
don't
out the
need help
door, and
with
she
this.
raises a glass of wine to you and
Nice.
puts it back on the table, doesn't drink it.
Yeah.
It's for appearances. And she takes you back to her car, you know, into the parking garage, and begins to kiss you back, you know, and you could take that last drink if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll take the last drink now.
All right. And so you do. And there's more joy you feel in her blood now. And she's like, you want to go back to my place? Now, keep in mind what your responsibilities are.
No.
Oh, yeah, you have
yeah.
shit to do.
So I just want to, tell her, like...
Just say I was making sure she wasn't a Duskborn. I had to do some reconnaissance.
I thought she might be. She
Yeah.
tasted
Just
a little.
tell her,
Wait, that's gonna come out wrong.
no, just try to, like, tell her, I'd love to, but I've got to meet back up with... I need to meet back up with my friend, but here's my number, and I'll give her a card. I'll give her a card with my number or
Okay.
something.
All right.
But I'd love to meet up with you again sometime.
Okay. All right. I'm so
And then
stupid.
tell her,
Oh,
like,
he said he
no,
wants
you're
to.
a
Okay.
I don't know
you're
her.
you're a beautiful girl, and I would love to get to know you better.
Okay. All right. Well,
Believe
I don't
me,
know.
if you ever have any trouble with the dean again,
I've
let
never
me know.
felt somebody kiss on my neck like you. I'll tell you that. That's crazy. I don't know. It's different. What happened?
Well, there's more where that came from.
You promise?
Sure, yeah.
And then you get out of the car. As you come out of the parking garage, Sierra is waiting for you around the corner. She says, I was wondering.
Yeah. It's like, no, we've got some business to attend to. Otherwise, I was going to make a night of it.
We do. And this was given to me while you were out. So primitive that we can't use our devices, but whatever. And she hands you an envelope. She says, I've already read it. It was directed to me. The prince sent her lapdog to give me this, I guess, since I told her where I would be tonight with you. As far as they know, the sheriff has claimed he's got information that these Duskborn are in the lower 9th ward. And that's where they're making their home. So I'm sorry ahead of time that you've got to go there, but that's your best place to start looking.
That's the part of it that I own, right?
No.
Oh.
No. Your area is called the place that I need to find the name of. It's the Bywater District.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm just gonna say that I need to head to the Bywater District first and check on the 2 people that work there.
Very good. She tells you the keys. She says, I'll make my way home.
Thanks.
Don't bring it back with a scratch.
All right.
And, the 6-figure Mercedes that, she drives all the time is yours. to take out.
I'm in me mum's car.
All right, so off you go
Yeah.
to the Bywater District.
Mm-hmm.
15, 20 minutes later, you have pulled up. In the meantime, what have you two been doing?
I need to have a discussion with my wayward child.
And I don't know yet, so you shouldn't have that discussion.
Okay. Well, I think there would probably be time to have that discussion before he arrives.
Okay.
So we could do that.
Okay.
So are you calling him, telling him you need to see him, or?
He was supposed to come back after he dropped the ashes off.
Oh, that's right.
They live in the same haven.
Right, we were
Yeah.
rewinding time. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Rewinding time. Yes. So it's the previous night.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yes. Skipping forward to go backwards. Yes. All right. Whatever. So yeah, you're right. So yeah, he does arrive back.
Mm-hmm.
It's close to dawn. Not quite, but maybe it took him a little longer than it should have. He's like, I'm back. Starts to go straight to his room.
Come here, please.
Turns on his heel. Yes.
Is there any particular reason you're angry with me tonight?
Angry with you? No, I'm not angry with you.
Is he bullshitting? Can I roll for bullshit?
You sure can.
I feel like that is bullshit.
What are his dots in manipulation plus persuasion or subterfuge?
2.
Okay. All right.
Okay. What do I need to roll?
Wits plus awareness.
Okay. Three successes.
To his none. So, obviously lying to you. Something's upsetting.
Please do not lie to me.
He just plops down on the couch opposite you.
Mm-hmm.
He just puts his hands in his head, and there's an awkward, long silence. His black hair draping over his face. And he just looks up at you and he goes, "Why did you come back for all this?" And it catches you off guard, and he means all the stuff you did. The things you've told me. And the means to an ends, and all this Giovanni bullshit. Why do we keep coming back for this? Why do we keep dealing with this fucking stupid family? I hate my name.
Oh, my dearest.
I hate all this. I hate it. I want to exist.
I understand, and there will come a time when we will.
No,
Believe me.
but when?
Soon. Very, very soon.
How long
Look at
How long have you been saying that to yourself?
A while. But look. It is no longer Clan Giovanni. It is Clan Hecata.
Right, so now we have to deal with all of them.
For a time. But listen here, my child. We will use the name Giovanni as we need to, because it is our name by birth, and it is our right to use however we need to use it. But you look at me. We are Cappadocian by blood.
Yay. What does that even mean?
We are not tainted by Augustus's filth and rot. That is what it means.
Then why?
That is why I have done everything that I have done to bring the Giovanni down.
But they're down.
Yes.
So now what? What are we waiting for? Why can't we just...
I have some items to retrieve here in New Orleans. I have family that needs to be uplifted here in New Orleans.
But-
they are not responsible for Augustus's crimes.
But I don't.
Your sister is here.
Yeah. And she'll follow me anywhere.
Sister?
Yeah, she's this ghoul. She'll follow me anywhere. And I feel guilty about that. I don't know why. I just look.
That was not your fault. It was not your fault that she fell into who she fell into with Chicago. Now, I'm not thrilled about your methods to ease her addiction, but I understand the impulse. Believe me, I understand.
Can I go to bed? Please?
What? It still does not tell me why you're angry with me personally.
It just feels like I don't know so much. And you bring me to this place and you just tell me you have stuff to do. What stuff? Did you grow up here? See?
You know I grew up in Venice.
See? What are you not telling me?
Please keep in mind, I'm trying to tell you what you need to know about me and balance it with what you need to know to survive.
Okay.
Listen to me. If something were to happen to me, I have to ensure that you would survive.
Why?
Because you are my child.
But I knew about all this shit before that. Like, I was probably bargained for, wasn't I?
Are you saying I bargained for you?
I don't know.
No, my dear. I know your disdain for what you are, and I know of your disdain for what you were.
Oh, I don't hate what I am. I hate not knowing and all this stuff that ties me to people I don't care about. I don't care about all this dead shit. I was born into it, but if I'm honest with you, and I'm being honest, and fingers crossed I'm taking this because he took no of your powers on the sheet at all. So
She hasn't.
So I ran the fuck with that.
She hasn't taught him. She has not
And
taught
I'm just
him
I
on
took it as
purpose.
he has, and you didn't, and he didn't want to learn. So surprise, this is what you get. Conflict, yay. I hate doing the dead body shit. I hate it. I don't want to talk to ghosts. I see them. You taught me that at least, but I don't like it. I don't want to do this.
You don't
It's
have to.
gross.
My dear, it is a service to the dead.
No, it's not. They're miserable. They're being pulled into a vortex slowly that's going to eat them up.
Your work here to treat their human remains with respect is a service.
Well, you treated that guy that his family doesn't know where he is with respect last night?
I did not kill
tonight?
him. I did not kill him.
That lady next to you did, right?
Yes.
How did we not know she was a kindred?
To be
Or did
honest,
you know?
No. I might have suspected, but I did not know. And to be quite honest, I did not come here to ingratiate myself with kindred society. I came here to retrieve what is mine, and then we will decide where to go from here. I do not want to stay here forever.
If I help you find this whatever you're looking for, will you at least tell me what the fuck is going on?
Of course.
Okay. I believe you. 100%. He gets up. He says, well, it's getting early. Better get to bed.
I know you're frustrated with me. I was frustrated with your grandsire at the same cornerstone, crossroads, you can say.
So she acted just like you're acting, is what you're telling me.
Oh, far worse, dear. I'm far more open with you than she ever was with I.
Well, holy shit.
And perhaps one day you will see. Good night, good day.
Good night, my sire. He walks off. How you feeling in this moment, watching him walk away?
She has a sense of, this is my child and I have a obligation to take care of him. And she also has a side that would absolutely love to rip the little shit apart. Because even though she hasn't told him outright, she would rather have not been saddled with a child. It was very much a kink in her long-term plan.
Seems like he knows that.
And she is maybe considering that as well. Like, maybe I should just be open about the circumstances of his, so quote-unquote, birth.
All right. Is it fair to move the clock forward now?
Yes.
Okay. Brand new day. We're at our jobs. We're on our way to those jobs. And a little shop of horrors turns its neon sign on, flips the business sign to open. Maybe 15 minutes go by, and your first customer walks in the door.
Who is it?
It's a young man, maybe in his early to mid 20s. He's got some scarring on his face a little bit. Looks like he's seen better days, maybe. Or these are the better days. He's accompanied by two other people. And he's like, hey, yeah, is this where you do the fortunes and shit?
It is.
Cool. How much you charge for that?
Depends what you would like done.
I'm just looking for information. Maybe uncover a mystery.
Oh. Well, it depends. For instance, I could read your tarot and get some background information. I could read your palm. That won't tell me quite as much. Probably the best idea would be for a tarot, and that is $40.
Shit. You charge that much and you live in this place? Well, I bet people don't pay it. That's what. Shit.
You don't have to.
Can I pay after?
No.
Can I pay half?
No.
All right, then. And he pulls out some fives, puts them on the table.
How many fives? 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will
You
take
count them in front of him, I'm sure.
Okay. Could I do an occult tarot roll? That's one of my skills, since I don't want a fucking premonition anymore.
Yes.
So what do I roll? That plus something else? Manipulation, maybe?
You have a specialty in tarot.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll add a dice because you have a specialty in that.
Okay.
And you're going to do wits
Okay.
plus occult. But you tend to ask what they're searching for first. Or, well, you can leave it open.
With tarot, you don't really...
Yeah, that's true. They kind of fill in the blanks. Yeah, you're right.
Or maybe I'll ask a question.
Did you add a hunger dice in there?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I might ask, so what's bothering you, but I don't really expect him to... I'll say, what answer are you seeking? But I don't think he'll be very helpful.
I want to know where my friend Kishan went last night.
I don't know. 3 normals.
He said he was coming to get his to talk to somebody, and word was that he headed this way, but no one saw him come back last night. I was just wondering if maybe you saw him. Or if those cards saw him or some shit.
Well, I will tell. I did see him. He did come here, and he left.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
All right. Give me wits.
Wait, but I had such a good roll for my tarot.
How many did you get?
I got 3 regulars, 1 with stars, and 1 with fangs.
Wouldn't that be a bad thing?
It's a
Oh, the red ones with fangs.
That's a messy critical.
What does that mean? Oh, he's definitely dead, do I say?
No. No, it means that you do well, but it's well with the beast welling up. And as you're flipping the cards, as soon as he says his name, the card immediately flips to death.
Yeah.
And you feel like within yourself just this welling up. And
Sound effects.
And this, how dare he mention that? And you're just staring at him and you're like,
That means change.
yeah. And he's like, so nowhere, he just, okay. Well, usually he's home.
I'm sorry.
If he comes back by, well, let's finish this out. What else do you see? Shit.
Okay. What else do I see?
You flip a few more cards and it just shows that, it starts to lay a pattern since you did so well of the truth that there's death, and then there's a card at the crossroads that looks like it may mean, I don't know tarot that well.
Yeah, just say the meanings of it.
Yeah, just that it means, a journey, and then the end of a journey, and then loss.
I'll tell him all that.
He's like, so he's dead.
No, that doesn't necessarily mean this. Could be the death of something in his life, whether that's something that's holding him back or something that was keeping him going, I don't know. But that is the key to where he is.
Did
That's
you
what the
do
cards
Blush
say.
of Life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I do the rouse?
Retroactively roll for it.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm not going to try to catch you out with it like a...
I got an onk. Thank
Okay, you're fine.
Christ.
He looks at his friends. He's like, well, I guess that answers that. Somebody got him. One of those fucking Cam. And he says it thinking that he won't.
That I won't know what that means?
Right.
Do we need to call the police? I mean, this is not
I'll call
concrete
him.
evidence.
I'll call him and put in a missing person.
Okay, well, I hope it's nothing that's
They'll probably be
serious.
by to talk to you.
Okay.
If you can trust them.
Well,
Fuck.
he did ask me last night what he wanted to know. He asked, did my friends and I make the right choice? And he seemed nervous. In fact, he left out the back door. He asked if he could use my back door. I mean, you know.
Huh. Okay. Thanks for your help.
I'm gonna give him his money back because he was asking about his friend, who I killed. But it was really more of a, have you seen my friend, than a, what's my fortune? So I'm gonna give it back.
You need that money, don't you?
I do, but it doesn't feel right to take it when you're just looking for your friend.
Cool. He just grabs it.
Alright! That's fine.
If he stops back by here, tell him we're looking for him.
What's your name?
Salt.
Salt?
Yep.
Okay. Easy enough to remember.
And they get in old beat up Buick maybe one of the, I mean, it's time it was nicer, but they get in that and they drive off.
Great. Well, nothing I can do about it.
Alrighty. So that is that. You sit there for a moment, I guess. What are you doing now?
Trying to remind myself that my goal is to act normal and just go about my day.
Okay. All right. About that time, a Mercedes is pulling up. And I guess you're getting out.
Mm-hmm.
You see her shop's open again.
Yep. I'm walking in.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, we need to talk about that guy you killed. You thought you were getting back to normal.
Okay.
We need to get Persephone here. And we need to figure out what she found out about the body. We need to know more about him.
Well, his friends just came in looking for him.
Go on.
What? Suddenly it's clicking for her that they said the cam. And she's like, oh no. Oh, I think they're Duskborn. I think he was a Duskborn. Oh,
He was a
no.
Duskborn?
His friends came and said that the cam probably got him, and I didn't think of anything because I was trying to keep it together. Could? No.
Okay, well, let's talk to Persephone about it.
Okay, yeah. she might
She's
know.
still gonna have the body. We can check it over. and
She
see.
better not still have the body. That body better be fucking burned up.
I told her
You
to.
know the body's burnt up. You saw her do
Oh,
it.
yeah. The body's burned up. It's gone. It's ashes.
I told her to keep it.
Why would we keep a body? That's evidence.
I said to keep it until I got back, till I could make the call.
What call?
Were you just like not paying attention to anything?
No, I wasn't. I did not want to be there. My mind was gone. Was absolutely gone. I was in a carnival.
Well, great. If this is a Duskborn, I've got another place you're gonna not want to be. So follow me. Let's go.
I don't want to go with you. This is something to do with you. You caused this somehow. You came in first, and we looked at your letter, and it had burning hands, and then next thing I know, I'm killing someone,
Burning
and you're
hands?
here, and then we burnt him up.
What are you talking about? Burning hands?
Yes, I had a premonition when we looked at your letter.
You didn't kill anybody when you saw that too, did you?
No, just after.
Perfect. Well, since you killed somebody, I'm gonna need you to come with me and help me potentially kill some more people. So let's go.
What? I don't want to go anywhere with you. No, I don't understand. I think you somehow manipulated me into killing somebody, and you're gonna make me kill again.
Well, that's really unfortunate for you then. I can let Charity know what happened here, and we can get somebody else to run this business.
Okay. Charity
You
doesn't...
see anything in your premonitions about that?
Okay. Alright, I just don't know your angle, so I'm just gonna need a little more information. I just don't know what's going on.
Well, I'm here to find out some information, so we need to talk to Persephone about that body.
Okay.
Because if what
Okay.
you said clicks, then
Okay.
this may not be as terrible, for me at least. So let's go.
Okay. But I'm not getting in your car. If
You're
just
not
going
getting in
next
my
door,
car. We're literally
if
going
just
next
going
door.
next door. That's fine.
Get in, pull up like 2 feet.
Yeah.
All right. So you go next door,
Yeah.
go around the back. Don't even bother with the front anymore.
Yeah.
Knock on the back access door. You hear a pounding on the door.
She's Probably in the chapel.
Okay.
Because she's in a little bit of a pensive mood. So she'll go ahead and, on the off chance that it's not who she suspects it is, go ahead and put that.
What'd you do? Made a rouse check.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Which
All right.
feels odd to her, but, just in case.
Okay.
And she just goes and she doesn't open the door, but you hear it unlock.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You hear it unlock.
I'm fully social distancing from Andre because I still don't trust him, but I do follow him.
Okay.
You don't have much of a choice.
Exactly.
All right. You're all inside in the back. Familiar scene from last night where you all finally met each other.
I don't remember that.
Hey, so where's the body? We need to look it over real quick. I need some information
I
about it.
told you she burnt it up.
You burnt it up?
Yes.
Why did you burn it up?
Do you regularly leave dead bodies around to be discovered?
Exactly.
You run a morgue with dead bodies everywhere.
If you just burn the ashes and then burn another guy on top of it, it's all gone.
Home where the bodies are accounted for.
Well, did we account for him?
In what fashion?
Do we at least know anything about this guy? Because she's giving me information that he might be Duskborn.
Be a reasonable assumption.
I know it's a reasonable assumption, but do we know for a fact that he was?
A fact? No.
His friends?
It is very, very likely, however, considering that Diablerie was not present.
Oh, I would never do that. She's shifty eyes.
Okay.
You recall your
Sure.
sire saying something about that.
Okay.
You don't quite know what it is, but
Okay.
you just know it's bad. You're not supposed to do it.
Right. Okay.
Is that all you needed, Mr. Ducard?
Nope. That will not be all.
His name was Kishan.
Okay.
His friend is named Salt. And he didn't come home last night, and they came looking for him, and they are going to file a missing persons report with the police. And they said probably the cam got him.
That is quite foolish of them. The police will look into them just as much.
Okay.
Unless, of course, they can meet with the police in daylight. And perhaps it is not as much of a problem for them. It'll be quite the problem for you, my dear.
Well, what we're going to have to do is get them out of the city.
Get who? The police? I agree.
No,
Oh.
not the police.
I believe
The-
he means
the
the
Duskborn.
Duskborn. Yes.
What? Why?
Because the prince wants them out.
What?
Right. Prince wants them out. That was
So
my
she's
other
behind this.
That was my other obligation, and I need you guys, or at least Cassandra, Iris, to come with me.
I'm not going No, I'm not going anywhere with you. You've turned me into a killing machine. You and the prince. There's
How?
the day we got his letter and he showed up. I got the premonition of the burning hands, and then Keyshawn comes and talks to me, and I ate him, and I don't do that, and then we had to burn him up, and he had burning hands. So if I go with him, I don't know. He's working for the prince, and the prince is trying to frame me.
My dear, what is your clan?
Malkavian?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Okay. You need to take some responsibility.
I take
here.
responsibility. That doesn't mean I have to go with you. I don't want to get in that car.
That sucks, because if you don't come with me, I don't know where you're gonna end up.
Okay. Where are we going? We're just gonna go tell the prince what I did?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Okay.
It hasn't come to that yet.
Okay.
If the prince wanted the Duskborn removed, even if he goes to the prince to tattle on you, it is likely you will not receive any severe consequence for your actions.
Okay.
If anything, you have done the prince a favor.
That's what Charity wanted. Maybe. Well, okay. Well.
That's great.
Bravo for trying to play your hand, though.
Thank you.
Still are in my territory.
Oh, but of yesterday, okay? And sounds like I'm doing your job for you. So, yeah, maybe I should get a reward.
We can consider an award after this.
Okay. Okay, so what is the plan? What are you suggesting?
We have to get the Duskborn out one way or the other.
We don't know how many there are.
No one says we have to kill them, my dear. The prince just wants them to leave the city.
How do we get them to
Didn't
leave?
you keep his wallet? Or at least look through it?
She goes to a drawer. She pulls out the card. That was it a methadone clinic?
Mm-hmm. It was called Better Road Healthcare. If I called it something else last week, I am sorry. Because I couldn't get to my notes fast enough, but that is the name.
Was that a conversation? Didn't they have a conversation about that? I don't remember if I was involved
You
with
were.
it. I was?
She just hands you the card.
Okay. And is this methadone clinic in the lower 9th ward?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is.
She looks at the card. Oh, we're going to put him in rehab.
Proprietor is, it's owned by Dr. Chantel Holland. MD.
Rehab will keep him in there. Yeah.
No.
And then there's a tagline at the bottom. There's always a better road.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to be in that methadone clinic. We have to get them out of the city, one way or the other. And considering that they know that the Camarilla has potentially killed one of their own.
But that's not
Thanks
what
to
happened.
Well, we can say.
It doesn't matter what
I
actually
don't know
happened.
that
it's
is
what they-
necessarily the best course of action. If they believe that they have a grudge against the Camarilla, they may be more likely to stay.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get them to... I'm not using the Camarilla killing them to get them to necessarily leave. I'm using that to say that they're not going to go away easily now. Because of they now are of the belief that the Camarilla may have had something to do with it.
Yeah, we need to lay a trail that Keyshawn left. And they'll follow him. But I don't know, is that the only Duskborn in town? I would gladly help get all of them out of town, but I don't care about the rest of them. I just want this problem to go away.
Well, that's what we are here to figure out how to do.
Okay. I should call those guys again and say he said something about going back to California.
No.
Okay.
You should not say a word.
Okay. I can do that.
The time for that would have been when they
Yeah,
walked into your shop the first time.
I didn't think about that.
Y'all's choices.
Can I think about what would be a good course of action? I don't know.
It's up to you. I can't tell you what to do or what not to do.
We need to figure out how many of them there are. And we already know how many of them showed up to your place.
You said 3 or 4?
Those 3 individuals.
3 people.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
yeah.
don't know if they were all, or some of them were, or what.
Oh. I'll just say 3 friends showed up.
Or none of them were, for that matter.
But if they're not, they have
But
knowledge of the Camarilla.
They
Which
at
is
least have that.
a very bad breach of the silence of blood.
Frame them. No.
Frame them for what?
for breaking the masquerade, but I didn't record him. I didn't want to say anything stupid. I didn't record myself. Then I would have recorded myself murdering that guy.
First thing we're gonna do is install security cameras into your
No.
building.
No way. Not if something is making me do this. She's still extremely in denial.
My
that she
dear,
did
your
this.
beast is what made you.
No, I don't do that.
Your beast does, my dear. All of our beasts.
Well, I guess maybe if I had a sire lesson, I'd be more accepting of that. But now I just feel like, no, okay, what are we gonna do? So we're not telling the prince. We want them out of the city. It sounds like we're leaning towards not killing them. Is that what I'm gathering?
I don't really see the point.
But it's
Yeah.
also not off the table. Because we don't know how easy it's going to be to get them out any other way.
Killing them is not going to be easy either, my dear.
That's true. It's like a bug's life.
And if you miss one, there's just as likely a what?
A Bug's Life. The movie. It's really good.
Why the fuck is everyone talking about the fucking Bugs Life?
Maybe because it's good? There's strength in numbers.
Yes.
If there's shitloads of them, we're fucked. Uh-oh, did I summon the spiral?
Okay.
What? I don't know what he's just...
Now, my dear, let us just get in the car.
No, I don't want to get in that car.
It is no longer about what you want. It is about what you need.
Okay,
And right now, you need this problem to be solved.
okay, what is the car gonna solve?
It is going to lead us to a place where we can seek answers.
The
We know-
library. Okay, let's go.
And she does make that motion.
All right. Like, all right then.
Sure, the library, let's go.
You're leading the
Come
way
on.
to this methadone clinic, huh?
I'm assuming you're driving, Mr. Ducard.
I will be driving, but I mean, I'm not gonna just like pull in and walk right in.
Right, I get you, but I'm just saying you're en route in your vehicle is what I'm getting at.
Wow, now it feels like it's a trick.
No, it's not. There's no trick to it. I promise you. I'm just asking how you're all getting there.
Yeah, I would guess that would be it.
Okay. Haha, you fell for it.
On the way there, Persephone wants to learn a little bit about Iris.
All right, who's sitting where? Are you in the back? Are you in the front? Are you...
I'm probably in the back.
I would
Okay.
be in the back.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just chauffeuring these people around.
All right.
That's pretty much how Persephone set you up.
I just didn't want to be near you.
That's fine.
All right.
She may be seeing how you react to that as well.
I'm just staring at his hands on the wheel.
Tell me, Miss Iris,
If we crash, this car's gonna explode. Yes.
as you say, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I am a small business owner. Not much to say, really. Just, keep to myself.
And why are you here in New Orleans?
As all as interesting as this, you're kind of fiddling with the radio. I'm guessing at this point, trying to find something to be like, yeah, I don't care. You
But
know.
it's all bzz, bzz, bzz.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably kind of like eavesdropping.
Well, and
everything.
I'll tell you one thing we messed up. It doesn't instantly make electronics fail. It makes them harder for you to interact with.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. So it might be staticky until it takes his hand off.
Ah.
Okay.
I'm looking for my sire, actually.
So low enough to where, yeah.
Do you... Oh, you do not know
I
sire.
saw him in a vision.
What?
Maybe a couple visions.
Malkavian, possible. So, your sire is here
Prices
in
are
New...
insane. Check out the values.
Your sire is here in New Orleans.
This
yeah,
week we've
I
got
think
lamb
so.
chops only
I
for
heard.
$14.99 a pound. It's a great deal.
I think that's what he was
You've
telling
got to
us.
try it out.
And who are exactly are
Coming
you
up
looking
next
for?
in the next hour, we're
His
going to be
name is
talking to
Erasmus?
we're going to be talking to
This
someone
is exactly the look you're getting.
telling us how to make a very nice lamb stew.
Yeah, I know, it's a weird name, huh?
Yes.
Do you know him?
And deals you
I've
get
heard many
at
unique
Furniture
names.
Plus
Oh, yeah.
can't be beat.
But she does take out and she
Just
reaches
listen to one of
out
our happy customers now.
and she lifts your face up and she's looking.
Iris, why have you not been to meet me?
Huh?
And you will see much more at Furniture Express.
Huh? Turn that
in
up!
the
Turn that
market
up!
area.
Turn up the radio.
And it's just an advertisement for a
You like
furniture store.
fucking furniture commercials?
No, rewind it. I mean, shit!
It's on the radio.
Oh. Well, keep
It
it
was
on.
a female voice.
Oh. I'm busy. Tell. She leans up and yells into the radio, I've been busy! And then she goes back to whatever you were saying.
Persephone is still just kind of looking at you like she may be trying to search a long lost something within her mind she is searching for. So she's just kind of, she's very interested in you now, whereas before it was more,
She's gonna lean into you and be like, do not mention what happened. The radio will hear it. And then she comes up behind you and says the same thing. Don't talk about what happened in front of the radio. It'll hear us. She'll hear us. Just a night drive, huh?
tell me,
Going to the library.
Iris.
When you're right, and you are right.
Thank you.
The
See?
customer's always right at Sam's Town International.
How did you come about the name of your shop?
Oh, well, a couple of things. One was, the prophet Cassandra in ancient Greek. No one believed her when she told the truth. And another, there's this old historical, there was this string of murders in New Orleans. And there was this lady named Cassandra who got killed, and her friends took up for her. And I thought that was kind of cool.
Wow, it sounds like you're about to start living in her shadow.
Oh, God. Wait, you're gonna kill me? He's gonna kill me! Did you hear that? He just said he's gonna kill me. Did you hear
If
that?
Cassandra was the murderer, then you're living in her shadow.
Cassandra
murdering
was
people.
murdered.
Oh.
Cassandra didn't murder. She was murdered.
Oh, I thought you meant she was murdering people.
No. That was a demon. Wait.
A demon?
I don't know. I just guessed that.
Stop the car.
Oh, I made her throw up.
Stop the car.
Stop the car.
Okay, I'm slowing down.
And turn the radio
Where
off.
are we?
You're somewhere in the 9th Ward, not anywhere you want to be stopping a car.
Especially a Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
Got about a minute to stop this car.
Are you going to get out of it?
She's probably trying not to terror frenzy.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Can we
Because
tell?
Are you
something...
trying-
Well, yeah, I mean, if you feel like you need to, you can check it.
Are you going to get out? Just let me know if you need to get out of the car.
I'm getting
I
out.
will stop. Okay, fine. Stop.
I get out.
I'm going to make a loop. I'm going to make a...
More
A
would
block
be,
around.
yeah, difficulty 2.
Okay.
So they're getting out of the car, and I'm going to make a block.
I knew I shouldn't have
I'm
gotten
going to make
car.
a loop around.
Slow loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how creepy it is going around.
Because
so
I
slow.
do not want to have my car stopped
No,
in this area.
I get it.
Because
So they can have their crazy fits.
It's your willpower.
okay. I got 2 onks and a skull head.
That doesn't take away. You still succeed.
Okay.
Yeah. That only messes with you if you fail.
Okay. Okay.
And had that.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're fine. You only needed 2 successes, so
Okay.
you're fine. You managed to keep it together.
You've never seen a...
What?
I said you've probably never seen a kindred try to not hyperventilate.
No.
It would be
and
odd.
I'm not seeing it right now either because I'm driving around.
Yeah.
I don't want to get back in there. I don't trust that guy. Are you gonna barf? What's up?
She's just staring at you. She doesn't... Like, she doesn't know how to react
Okay.
to you.
She's just standing there, like, really awkwardly, like,
And you don't know.
And people are slowing down. I mean, this is not an area that people are out on the streets, you know?
Mm-hmm.
People are kind of... It's like maybe more of a major thoroughfare, like you're in like a pawn shop parking lot. People are kind of like looking at you too, you know, but nobody's like stopping. And the Mercedes slowly makes its way back around the corner, pulls into the parking lot.
do we have to?
Either that or walk.
Okay, I'm gonna get in. She gets it. Hello. She didn't throw up.
Okay, great. That was fucking weird.
Persephone gets into the front seat.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just pulling off and driving.
Okay. So yeah, you go down the road. A few blocks later, there you are. Better road is right before you. You can see that there's a long line of people to get in. That's when no history roll necessary. Those of you who've been here for more than a week know the lower ninth ward's reputation for addiction to opioids, and when that dried up, heroin moved on in.
It's always nice to see the local library thriving, huh?
But you also notice, well, you might notice as you guys are slowly driving by, there's a parking lot across the street if you wanted to park.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a shopping center across the street.
I'm gonna park kind of facing the building and just
kind of watch.
And kind of watch.
All right. Give me wits plus awareness. I've got a number in my head. I'm not going to tell you guys, but if you know how to make it, you can.
Awareness.
Doing the D&D thing where I don't tell you the target number.
Is the radio on?
No.
Dang it. Get rid of these.
I got 4 regulars and 1 with teeth. The red one with teeth.
I got one
Did
with...
you get any? It was a stars.
No.
Okay.
I got one with 2 stars and then regular.
Okay. All right. You guys notice that a lot of people are coming back in and coming out. What you notice is that they're coming out pissed. A lot of them. Some of them are coming out looking okay and like, you know, seem to be all right. And they'll be talking to some of the people in the line. And then when you see them talking to people in the line, you'll see a few of them leave too. Just like cussing and kicking and, you know, walking away somewhere else. But some of them stay in the line.
Unhappy consumers, it appears.
They must be running low on books.
Okay, so...
I don't have a library card. I'm just putting it out there if that's what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing, but I don't have one, so...
You're not going to need a library card for
Oh,
this.
okay, cool.
So what's the plan?
She's still just, every time you mention library card. She's almost getting irritated, like she thinks that maybe you're, like, you don't know, maybe she thinks you're messing with her, or maybe she's just annoyed because you're just being a crazy Malkavian and she's
Iris is super amped up right now. She's very nervous and just blurting shit.
I don't really know. I don't really know what to do. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know why we came here.
The line has grown to maybe 4 or 5 people at this point. Maybe 10, 15 minutes has gone by. Looks like a lot of people have left out of the line.
Fuck this. Come.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And as they approach, she tells you, have them let us in.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So do you want to try to tell the person in front, move?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll do it.
Is that something I can do with the dominate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure you can do that at level 1. Double check.
It's one word command.
Yeah. Oh, it's forget.
Oh, it's forget. Shit.
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, you
do
can
it.
cut line and just say forget. And so retcon, that's probably what you said about to the guy. Forget it.
Yeah.
So you can just say forget, and they won't remember you cutting in front.
Yeah.
So you can. So actually, you don't have to make a roll if you're doing it against a mortal. So
Oh.
we didn't even need to do that.
Oh, great.
So it just happens to them.
That's awesome.
Damn.
So you can go forget, and just go down the line and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Iris whispers, remember.
And they're just looking at you like, what? And you guys walk on in. And there's a receptionist waiting. And she's like, next. And she sees you all. And she's kind of looking. And she's like,
Oh, rouse check.
why?
Be-
Oh, you're,
Breath of life, blush of life.
didn't you already do it earlier?
I did.
It lasts all night.
It lasts all
Oh,
night.
oh,
You're
okay.
fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
you're
about
fine.
to
You're fine.
say.
You're fine. You're fine.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
it's there until you say no. You
Okay.
don't want it anymore.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's one and done. Sorry. Yes, so she's looking at you all. You look like people. You look like people that
Very
are vamped
odd.
out. You know,
Very odd assortment
like
of
why is
people.
this hippie and this lady who's dressed like a Victorian goth person with you? You know, in your
This
business
guy in a
suit.
suit.
You know, she's
our
like,
How
agent.
old is she?
but then that maybe makes sense. They probably would be on heroin too.
Yeah. How old does
Persephone
she look?
looks mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
I'm
don't,
the
you don't
mom.
look that much older than I do.
I'm the mom.
No.
She's old.
I'm 35 looking.
Yeah. So the lady's like, you have an appointment?
No, it's an emergency. Our sister here needs help bringing her up.
I smile really big. Help me.
Now you do know that Dr. Holland does not work at this facility anymore, correct? You've been informed of that?
No.
And
I
that
wasn't
the old
aware.
methods are no longer in service?
How long ago was that?
It changed hands about a week ago under new ownership.
Where's Dr.
Who
Holland
are the-
now?
Who are the new people?
Well, it's LPN that runs the place now. But she's still authorized to.
What happened to Dr. Holland? I need to see Dr. Holland.
Well, if you're one of those, I'll tell you like I've been telling all the other ones. We don't deal dope out of this place. We're getting people clean. We're doing something good for this community. It's not just a drug den to line some rich asshole's pocket. So you can turn your ass around and head out the door.
Okay.
Nope, that sounds great. We're gonna go. We're gonna get her clean. You can see how messed up she is.
Just know, you're signing up for a treatment plan when you come in here. And I'm going to give you the paperwork.
Let me think about this, guys. I don't want to. Can we go outside and talk about this?
We'll look over the papers in the
Okay.
waiting room.
Okay.
Do you have power of attorney over her?
Can I just forget? Essentially, I'll be like, yes, forget it. There's nothing.
You can just say yes. I mean, lie to her. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, just say yes.
Yeah.
All right. Your family loves you. I hope you know that.
We love her very much.
She kind of recoils. I'm like, oh.
It's always the oldest ones. That's what we always see. It's like either the middle child or... Anyway. Here you go.
Thank you for your help.
We'll need all that, and if you have insurance, we'll need that as well. But if you don't, we understand.
Okay.
So it's just a bunch of paperwork about how long have they been addicted, how long have they been using, have they sought treatment before. Then these all look like pretty standard forms. Then in the back of the documents, and I don't know if you're filling out just bullshit lies or what on there.
Probably.
Don't fill anything out. Let's just leave.
The last page looks like new type, a new font. That says, I understand that this business is under new proprietorship, and that it's just a bunch of legal jargon and stuff like that. You can take the time and read through it all, the whole document and all that stuff if you wanted to. If not, you can just sign it and go on in.
So here's what I'm thinking is happening here. I feel like they're using this methadone clinic to create thin bloods.
Oh. What?
They're bringing people in. They are getting them clean.
Or somebody was using the methadone clinic as a feeding place,
That's
and
what I
they were
thought
using
too.
this. They were using this as a herd. So all these people that are addicted and getting their fix are actually addicted to the kiss, and that's why they're being so pissed off when they leave.
That's why I was trying to ask where Dr. Holland is now.
Yeah, because is Dr. Holland?
Dr. Holland's probably the main. It's probably the other. It's probably the actual owners of the methadone clinic.
Well, I think he was.
Well, I think the new ownership is the one that's is the thin bloods.
I do too, but I think when they came in and said, "Did we do the right thing?" they might have actually killed a kindred or gotten rid of a kindred, and maybe that's why they were like, "The cam got him." Because why are you even on the cam's radar?
So you think Dr.
I'll let y'all
Holland...
talk. I'll be right back.
Okay. So you think Dr. Holland...
I could be wrong as shit.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get on the right track. So you think Dr. Holland was a vampire who was creating thin bloods or just feeding on
I think he
people?
was feeding. I think he was using it as a herd.
And you think he was making thin bloods?
I don't think he was making thin bloods. I didn't know. I wasn't putting him in the equation.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying that after the new ownership came
I do think the
in,
thin bloods are the new
thin
ownership.
bloods are the new ownership, and that they may be. I was saying,
or
that
at least
they're taking the
responsible
people
for...
that are clean, anyone that wants to get cleaned, and you taking them and creating more. Because isn't the whole idea that they work in herds and that they want to be?
I mean, they do work in herds, but it's also really hard for them to embrace. Like, a lot of them die.
Yeah, that's true.
But isn't that a perfect way to bring people? You keep bringing in more and more of these people, and if they're going for the...
Well, I mean, they're going to have a lot of dead people, though,
yeah,
is the thing.
that might draw more suspicion to them if this is just...
I mean, they could be. It could be somebody that's manufacturing thin
Charity
bloods.
knows,
I mean, it's possible.
But Charity knows about the thin blood issue.
She knows there's more of them around.
She knows there's more of them around.
The sheriff has been telling her about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
If more of them have been
possible.
showing up, and if it is hard to embrace, and they're just, they keep getting new people to come in, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
It's possible. I don't know. I was just the thing that I was like, that I thought whoever was here, Dr. Holland previously was using them as a herd was, to me, I was like, that's why they're getting so pissed. But maybe he could have easily been a human, and he could have easily been dope dealing. Like that, it could be just exactly what they said it was too.
Yeah.
So I think we just need to get in.
Because at first I thought thin bloods were the people in line, but then since you didn't have to roll on them, I thought maybe this was a place for thin bloods to get blood.
No, they're working it now. So that's...
How do we know?
Because one, the guy's badge, the guy who you killed.
Well, he had a business card.
It was a business card, not a badge.
Right.
Even if it was a business card, like, didn't have his name on it.
No, his identification has name on
We
it.
got
You
his
guys
name
are
from
talking.
his ID.
And discussing things. You see a group of people rush through the door holding someone. He's bleeding badly. And you see the lady behind the counter stand up and go, "What are you doing?" They're like, "Ma'am, you're the closest people. You've got medical people here, right? This man's been shot. We need to help him."
Shit.
And she's like, "Yeah, God, come on." And she's like, "Let me call 911. They're like, "I don't know if we got time." And you can see that he's just, bleeding badly.
How badly?
Pretty badly. What hunger are you at?
I'm only at 2.
You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Is the receptionist going back with them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Are there other people working here?
There's people sitting, but, in the waiting room.
Are they doped up?
They look like they're,
Then I'm gonna search in the desk.
sweating and...
For some info. Or on the computer.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm the doped up one. Just go to the bathroom or something and we'll blame it on me.
And, people are looking, as you go back there. And
Persephone will follow.
You're not supposed to be back there, ma'am.
Forget.
And they just kind of look off, like they're not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And
I have medicine. I can help him.
you could. You're looking through computer. Most things aren't documents now. I mean, they have paperwork, but most things are medical records in here. Need you to give me intelligence plus technology.
Could I do a willpower or something?
You could do a
They re-roll.
surge.
Blood surge?
You could do a blood surge. That would help you. You would get to add. You would roll to rouse, basically. So you'd roll to see if you get hungrier, and you will get 2 extra dice to roll in your check.
Okay, I'll do that.
That's cool as shit.
They definitely made it better
I
than
got
it used to be.
Onk and stars.
Then you're good. So you'll
So I
get
get
2
2
extra
more?
dice. Yes.
Cool. Okay, I got 2 regular onks, 1 with stars, and then 1. Yeah, you look.
Okay.
You tell me. You tell me what I found.
So you start to access basically the financials. You go straight for that
Who's funding
information.
this?
And sure enough, this was owned up to a week ago by a Dr. Charity. Not Charity. Sorry.
Oh, I was
Let us
like,
say.
holy shit!
No, Chantel Holland.
Oh, we already knew that, though.
Yeah, a lady. And it changed hands 2 weeks ago to a LPN by the name of Tysa Gray.
Tysa Gray.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And as you look through stuff, you notice that her name is on there, and that there is a list of 4 other employees in the place. There's a Jake Sanchez that's listed to be the one in charge of plasma donations. Why does a methadone clinic have plasma donations?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There's somebody by the name of Salt Johnson, Kurt Lauer, and Braylon Smith
Okay.
are
So-
listed as employees.
Question: Did Iris recognize any of the people walking in with that dead body, with the bloody body?
I was going to ask.
No, these are people from the street.
Okay.
I'm going to say, go back to them and, tilt my head we...
Oh, I went with them. I went with the gunshot person.
Okay.
Well, because that way, if you're snooping, then I can try
You
to...
can
Oh,
hear
say I
the
didn't
sound
see.
of sirens in the distance, like an ambulance is coming this way, but it's probably a minute or so off before it gets here.
Andre.
Yes.
So you're going back to look? Or what are you doing?
I was just going to whisper to him, but if she's doing something...
Y'all tell me what you
I was just going to inform him that the guy who came in works here and that
Okay.
they have a plasma thing, and that's very suspicious.
Okay.
And we should get
I
out
was
of here.
just going with them so I could help and keep them distracted from seeing that she's snooping on their shit.
Okay. All right. So You get to the back and they're like, and you see, 3 or 4 people around this person. They're like, lady, you can't be back here. Go to the front. And they're like trying to stop the bleeding and stuff. And
Can I help stop the bleeding? Or
they're
have they
telling
got
you to
it?
get out,
Okay.
I mean, most medical people would.
Yeah, they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk back. I'm gonna walk back there, and say and kind of help, like just bring her back, and say like I want to look at who's all there.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, I want to get a scope of what's happening as I'm like kind of bringing you back.
Oh, okay. Well,
essentially.
if you're coming to get me, I'll just go.
All right.
And say she's with me. Forget. Or something. Just forget we were here. Forget we were here.
Need you to make a roll for me.
Uh-oh, one of them's a vampire!
Okay.
You're telling them all that?
Essentially.
Okay. You're saying it to each one of them? There will be...
Do I need to go forget?
Basically, you're like, forget. And you look around like that. Roll your dots in dominate plus wits. Or no, sorry. Charisma. Charisma plus dominate. And they are...
Can I do that rouse check thing she did to get more dice?
Yes. But it only works for...
Oh, it's not going to work in this case?
It just will work for one of them.
Oh, I have to roll this like 5 times?
There are 4 of them. I'll tell you what, we'll make it simple. You can do that. I'll add more dice to make it a contested thing to see if any of them do. And that'll make it fast.
Okay, so...
So yes, you'll roll for the rouse to see if you get hungrier. You do. And then you get to add the 2 dice. And they'll just be, regular. And then you'll add...
2 regular?
Yeah, the 2 regular. And then however many dice you have, how many hunger dots you have, will replace the red dice. So I think you're good. I think you've had...
Yeah,
you're good.
He's got it.
You're good. Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay. So the skull just means a fail. It doesn't mean critical fail. But they all... Right, 2 of them kind of stop. And one of them goes, fuck. Oh, shit.
One of who? Is this one of the people who came in, or
One of the people
workers?
that's helping. The other people,
an
the other
employee?
people have kind of slunk out the back that brought him in. You can tell they don't want to be part of this.
So this
You
is
know,
an employee.
This is an employee. Okay. Yeah, they're all in scrubs.
Okay.
And it's a guy, a white guy, and he starts to back up, and he's like, shit.
Excuse me?
Are they just letting this dude bleed out now?
You hear one of them say, Kurt, get over here. What are you doing? And he's like,
You're going to let him bleed out. You have to
fucking
continue.
Camarilla. And they all look up and...
They all look up?
Yeah. And
Who is all?
All of them, all 4 of them that are working on the body.
Are they just leaving this dude to die?
Their hands are on him, and they're he's bleeding out. About that time, you hear the door open, and the sound of a stretcher being pulled in, and you see the ambulance people. They're like, "Are they in the back?"
Yeah.
All right, thank you, miss.
They're in the back!
And the ambulance guys come up, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's bad. I mean, you guys have done the best you can for him right now. We'll get him to the hospital. Come on. You might have bought him some time. Job." And they're like, "He's going to need pints before we get there." And it's like, "Yeah, we got some. Come on." And they take him out, and they're loading him up, and they're like, "The police will be here in a little bit probably to ask what happened. I mean, it's a gunshot. We have to call it in." But yeah, we got here first, so all right. And then they're off.
As soon as they leave, she turns around. She goes, "Not Camarilla. Never Camarilla."
God. One of the girls starts to kind of get teary-eyed, and her eyes are red. And
Do not cry, my dear. You're in no danger from me.
and you can see embroidered on her thing, her tag, on her scrubs is Tysa. And she's like, look, we don't want any trouble. We just are trying to do good in this community. We don't want it. And then you hear from behind, come from around the other side in another little adjoining room. A young man with scars on his face comes out and is like, you don't have to tell her shit, Tysa. I know, they're probably the ones that got Keyshawn.
No.
I don't know who your
Believe
buddy...
me, live ones are not.
Look, and he points at a
appetite.
camera. He's like, that's the one that shop I went to. The last place he's seen. It's them.
What? He did what?
She's on a security camera up front typing, looking around, and he's pointing out that it's her that he saw earlier.
Okay.
And they're all kind of like looking around nervously, like you can tell, looking for what their next move is. And
Listen before you do anything foolish. We are not the Camarilla. But if you continue with this folly, you will have to contend with the Camarilla filth that has infested this city.
they all seem to be kind of listening at this point.
Now, the Camarilla outnumber you.
No shit.
Listen, young whelp.
We don't have to. We can take them. And they're like, "Shut the fuck up, Salt." And he's just gritting his teeth, it's like looking at you with such contempt, both of you.
Mr. Salt, I've been
If he's gritting his
Around.
teeth like he's like,
for a long,
Like he's holding it back only because his friends are telling him to.
then
long time.
I'm just like stepping up like kind of bodyguard style, like to know that and like trying to intimidating, like don't try it, essentially. Like a listen to her, don't try it kind of thing. That's like what I'm,
Yeah.
This is your chance to leave intact. We are not with the Camarilla, but the Camarilla will send their scourge.
Nah, you're just their fucking lapdogs, right? Look at this one. He's itching.
Listen, for some that are so afraid of death, do not antagonize the clan of death.
Ooh. Salt, shut up. And Tysa's like, look, we wanted a place. We wanted to make something better. We didn't mean to do. It just was an accident. And she kind of jerks back, from your hand, when you do that. And she's just like,
But she goes,
she's like, stop, get the fuck off me.
I've told you, you have nothing to fear from me. Now,
But what about him? Or the lady out there? Salt says he knows her, and that's the last place that they saw Keyshawn.
Your Salt is a rabid dog, my dear.
Fuck you.
Those are not the ones to take orders from. You, however, have a head on your shoulders. I'm speaking to you.
We just wanted a place we wanted to make these people better. This is where we grew up. This was a bad
understand.
place before all
I understand.
this. And
Do you know your sires?
or what?
Oh, you poor babies.
I'm your mother now.
No,
Set
we
out
just
in
we
the
all
world.
woke up buried underground.
And at that, she stops and she goes, "Oh, my dears. My poor dears. Listen.
We were all buried together in a pile.
Listen. What will come after you is much worse than the Camarilla. If what you say is true, You are products of a sect called the Sabbat.
Oh.
If the Camarilla knows that you were formed from the Sabbat, you will meet a fate that is worse than death. And you will not be able to take them as your Mr. Salt claims. It is imperative that you leave, and you leave immediately.
How many of you are there?
Hundreds.
Shut up. Not that many would survive.
There's 5 of us now. There were 6. But
The 5 of
Kashawn.
you. The 5 of you need to leave this city right now.
Your lives depend on it. I've heard rumors that some of you can operate in the daylight. If that is the case, then you need to prepare, and you need to leave now.
kind of. Salt can.
Mr. Salt, if you care for these people at all, you will get them out of the city, and you will get them out of the city before daybreak. And you will keep going.
Yeah, it sounds like you'd like that, wouldn't you?
The rest of you can leave. You can either stay here with Salt, or you can leave right now.
And she looks at the Tasha.
Okay. Give me, and both, you give me, charisma plus etiquette, because you were nice to them.
Can I do a blood surge? Because I don't have
Yes,
etiquette.
of course. Okay. And you give me intimidation plus manipulation.
And I get 2 extra dice.
You do.
Okay.
I'm just having a conversation with a method.
A methadone addict.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The red ones have fangs.
Damn.
Uh-oh.
I got 4.
Okay. So you got how many total, Adam?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, shit.
They were all pretty much successes.
All successes.
6.
So,
And the red ones have fangs.
So I'm going to give you a stain. So on your humanity, put 1 little mark. Because you are definitely not holding up the norms of decent society with what you do. You grab Salt because did you do a surge as well, or was that just your natural?
I did not do a surge.
Okay, cool. So you just let out from within this guttural sound and just pick him up one-handed and have him lifted up like this by his shirt, and he's swinging, and everybody else is just let him go. And you say what you said, you need to leave. At that last is when that growl happens. And apparently, who knew that on Blush of Life, for a Duskborn, that they'd piss blood.
Oh my Christ.
But he
Now
does.
we know.
And you throw him. And you start throwing stuff and just leave. And they all run for it out the door, leaving everything behind, screaming into the night. You hear car doors slamming and tires peeling out. And
Hope they actually leave the city.
was very effective.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
You have put the fear of something far worse than a fate of death in conjunction with what you've done as well.
Damn.
Their words have just stuck with them. They've left this place open.
Shit.
And there's
All the nurses are gone.
all the nurses are gone.
Oh, we should leave.
Do we see the camera? Do we
And you do
her
see
on
the
camera?
receptionist lady, the receptionist lady is freaking out in the corner, just like, no, oh my God.
Take care of her.
Forget.
What happened in here? Where's everybody? Who are you?
It seems that your business establishment will have a new change of hands. We are here to confiscate the security cameras for review. It seems that your new proprietor has some business with the law. See, this is Detective Monroe.
Oh.
And we will be needing those tapes. Please.
Manipulation plus persuasion.
Not
Or subterfuge.
I was going to
yeah.
say, please tell me
It's
subterfuge.
Yeah, subterfuge is better.
And then I can use willpower because I'm going to reroll.
Reroll 2 or 3.
I'm only rerolling 2.
Okay.
I got 3 star donks and then 2 regular.
Okay. Yeah, that's super good success. So 7 successes. Yeah. So she goes, oh, right away, and she hands you the hard drive that it's recorded to. She's like, just we'll probably need it back whenever or just whenever you finish.
I'll take it.
And then in the distance, you can hear police sirens.
Yeah. Iris, come on. We're going to find you help somewhere else.
Okay, well, really, check out A Bug's Life if you get the chance. We get out of
Come,
here.
my dear.
Okay, bye.
And then we're making our way to the car.
Okay. Now, were you messing around on the computer the whole time?
No.
No.
I got my info, and then I came back, and then the people came in, and I was in the waiting room, and then I just struck up a conversation with
Okay.
somebody.
Well, let's talk about what was on TV.
Oh, Christ. Was it Bug's Life?
It was.
Yay!
It's really weird. You don't remember that the ant having mutton chops like that. And having a top hat. That was a weird addition. I don't know why they put that in the special features.
George Lucas, you're at it again.
You don't know why he kept looking at you and waving either. Like,
But
why,
I
they didn't
I
remember they broke the fourth wall that much.
I sure waved back, though. That's for sure. And I said, I hope to see you soon.
And the bug nodded.
Good.
And off we go. As you go out to the car, the police are pulling up.
We made our way out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Security tapes in hand. You can see the lone receptionist coming to the front, to talk to the police. By this point, the clientele has scattered.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's talking about, you can see her pointing off, not your direction, but a general direction as you're pulling out, and just kind of, being confused, and looks like she's giving an explanation. If you cared to watch the evening news, the late news, the 11 o'clock that night, you would have caught a story about how a methadone clinic in the lower 9th Ward was met with a grisly discovery. The owner of the business was found dead in her office, squished under the desk, body decaying a bit.
Yuck. How did no one see
And
that?
Should we
that
have investigated?
that the police are on the lookout for a group of people who had forged documents claiming that the place had been handed over to them.
The Thin Bloods.
Especially this Tysa Gray. And that they are wanted and to be on the lookout for them. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at this number. And then it's buried under the next story about a robbery or murder or something else that happens in a horrible, unfortunate part of the world at night. And it's another night in the world of darkness, another night in the city of New Orleans. A story that will probably be forgotten by the next day.
Mm-hmm.
However, as you're driving back, the cell phone very scratchily rings and a broken call nonetheless comes in. You hear a voice you heard the other night. Not your sire's, but the prince. Are you both being very quiet?
I laid down in the back seat.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening.
Mr. Ducard.
Yes. What about how would I?
My prince.
My prince.
My prince.
Work.
Oh.
Evening.
Persephone reaches out.
Well, it's over Bluetooth.
Oh.
Well,
Can they hear it
yeah.
clearly?
No.
No. Just because I'm in the car,
It's your phone. It's in your pocket. I guess you could take the phone from its pocket,
But,
and
yeah.
as you do, it starts to clear up. Wanted to commend you on a job. I hope well done. It seems you may have been perhaps overeager, but Thin Bloods with potential Masquerade breach taking over this place. I'm sure they won't be back in the city again, and I'm sure you made the point very well to them.
they will never be back here again.
Does Persephone still have the phone?
Mm-hmm.
Prince Chastity.
Charity.
Charity.
You're gonna piss her off.
And who is this?
You have a much bigger problem than a coven of Thin Bloods.
Oh Lord.
Those Thin Bloods were created by the Sabbat
And you know this how?
because they said that they were buried underground. Do you know any other situation where Thin Bloods are created underground?
And who am I speaking to?
You have the pleasure of speaking to Persephone Giovanni
She's one of the
Clan
kindred that's in my.
Hecata.
She's
One
one
that
of
wa-
the kindred that's in my.
Is the other one with you? Coterie.
Yeah, she's here too.
She was shaking her head, and now she's like, God damn it. Hi, it's me.
Hi, Iris.
Yeah, we talked on the radio.
We did. You should have come to introduce yourself. That is not very polite of you.
I know, I'm sorry. I really did mean to get around to it, I swear.
Well, you will tomorrow night, won't you?
Yes, my prince. I'm sorry.
We have much to discuss, you and I.
Oh, okay. Did you see the version of A Bug's Life they were playing tonight?
Oh, they were playing it.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
I know. Me too.
I will make sure that Erasmus is in attendance.
Really?
He has explaining to do to you, I am sure, no doubt, being such a derelict parent. His
Yeah.
sire would be ashamed of him, bless her.
Okay.
Well, we shall discuss things tomorrow.
Okay, see you then.
Click.
Oh man, I would have gone to see
Your
her.
prince is Sabbat.
I don't give a shit about that. I would have gone way sooner if I knew she knew my sire, though.
Your prince is Sabbat.
I heard you.
What does this mean? I think I know what Sabbat is, but I'm like, what is the ramifications of this, or how do you know this?
Because her sire was embraced in the Sabbat. Her grandsire was in the Sabbat. If Prince Charity is saying bless la donna de amore, she is Sabbat.
Does that make me Sabbat?
No, my dear.
Okay.
Well, depending on definition.
Oh shit.
I don't know what any of this means right now.
I know you don't. You're too young. You're a
Bad
fetus.
vampires.
But it makes sense that they would allow the La Sombra in, considering they were the founders. One of the founders of the Sabbat, along with Clan Semiche.
And we'll leave that little nugget to float there to speculate and think maybe this, maybe that, maybe not, maybe so. The car drops them off. You head back.
I still have the hard drive.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. You could review it if you wanted to, or keep it for safekeeping.
I might review it before I destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm going to be able to do much with it. But.
It does have the month of April written on it, which is now. trying to think when Mardi Gras is. Is it in March? Or is it already happened?
It
Isn't
hadn't
it?
happened yet. I don't
No,
know.
I think it's in March.
I think so.
But, so anyway, I know it's done by, pretty sure it's done by April. Sorry, New Orleans people, you can
Just
yell
Google
at
it.
me. Yeah. But anyway, it's, it's written on there, so it's to record for the entire month. So, and it's later in the month right now. So
That's the only. That's the only thing that's on the hard drive.
it's just, it's just labeled,
Can I technically review back to when those people would have taken over?
yeah, you could. So you could definitely look at the footage and go back and, find the moment, whatever happened probably.
Okay.
So,
So I want to get my Wilson to Winston, yeah. And I want Winston to I'm going to give the Winston the hard drive
okay.
and have him take the security footage of that moment that they killed the doctor, because I assume that's probably, if they found her under the desk, there's got to be footage of that.
Right.
I want him to isolate that and then get rid of the trace of us being there.
Okay. So it'll take, he says it'll take it'll take a while, but
That's fine.
Hey, I'll get it done. No problem.
Perfect. Thank you.
But yeah, I'll have it back to you maybe tomorrow. That works.
Okay. You can just leave it with my belongings, I guess. I don't need to keep it on me or anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get you footage. I'll send it to you, or bring it over for you to watch.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. Well, I'm gonna hit the hay, but yeah, I was told to give you this if you made it back, and it's got your sire's handwriting on it.
If you made it back.
Okay.
And he's like, "You have a good one."
Yeah, you too. Thanks for all your help.
Yeah. And off he goes. And it's just a letter
Okay.
in an envelope.
Just opening the letter then.
And she says, if you're reading this, then job well done. You've accomplished what I knew you could, and I had no doubt. If you're not, then believe me, I am surprised. At any rate, we can discuss what these nights will look like for you going forward very soon. I have hope for you, my child. I see so much potential in you, not only in your life when you are alive, but in your unlife as well. Yours are.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
just a nice little, hey, you done good.
Yay.
There's a message on your phone or on your voice machine as well. You got the blinking light. Seems like the older stuff, like tape, still kind of works for you guys. You just have to push it and step back.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to listen, you could.
Okay.
You push it, step back away from it, and there's a message that says, "Very silly of me. I shouldn't have hung up. I was just a little overexcited. You understand. This is your prince." The location that I would like you to attend as well, bring the two that are to be introduced to me tomorrow to the location we met the other night. Shall we say 9 o'clock? I'll see you then. Beep. Then there's a message about the warranty on your vehicle being expired.
God damn it. Even in unlife, I get it. Okay.
Iris, you trudge back into your place.
No, I'm excited. I bound back into my
You bound back into your place. What are you doing? Are you leaving it open?
Leaving one open.
Your business? Are you
What time
back
is
open
it?
to business? It's like midnight now.
Oh, yeah, I'm open.
Okay. Still nobody coming by. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Then there's a vehicle that you notice starting to come down the street. Hardly any cars this time of night. Even the stand is closed and you're getting ready to wrap up. And as it gets there, the lights turn off.
What turn? The headlights?
The headlights turn off. They begin to speed down the road. And as they do, gunshots through your window.
My window? I hit the deck.
Okay, you're going to need to give me
Jesus Christ.
Dex plus athletics.
These are Ants fans.
Yeah.
Oh my Christ. I'm getting shot. No, I didn't get shot. I got two. Two honks.
You managed to dodge just in time. Maybe one catches your coat.
My knitted cardigan.
And
no!
As you do, you kind of notice Buick looks kind of familiar as the taillights speed off.
I knew I should have taken your money, Salt!
Fucking
What?
Salt.
And that's where we'll leave this
Why
story
are they
tonight.
So they're not leaving.
Or at least one of them isn't. That's the only one with a grudge, I would assume. Well, he just seemed like the asshole.
For now,
But he was...
we'll go around and we'll talk about favorite moments. We'll start with Persephone. Do you have one? I'll put it that way.
I mean, a lot of interesting stuff happened tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. What would be a favorite?
Most interesting to you?
Most interesting? The whole interaction with the methadone clinic. Just like the whole sequence of events. From Iris getting on and getting the information from the computer to Andre.
Definitely didn't turn out how I thought it would, but
Strong arming Salt.
it was interesting. No, I didn't. I mean, that was like, they can't argue with that. They're intimidated to hell. I can't argue with 7 successes.
Probably expecting more combat in that scenario.
Possibly. Just depended.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. How about you, Monica / Iris?
I liked when they were confronting them in the back of the methadone clinic, too. Just the combination of Persephone, like, explaining to them, like, you were fucked. And then also with the 1-2 punch of Andre being like, get the fuck out of here now. It was awesome.
A little bit different question for you.
Okay.
What did you feel like Andre learned tonight about the society he's living in?
It's a lot more, even more complex than he probably anticipated.
Yeah, it seems like it only opens up wider and wider the more you go.
Yeah, he doesn't know what Persephone's deal is with the Camarilla, why she thinks they're scum or whatever. But then there's the Sabbat who are also bad, and what's what there, and where does the La Sombra fit into this? If I'm part of the clan that created the Sabbat, and what is Iris's deal? Why is she like insane?
Oh, there's no answer for that one.
Yeah,
It just is.
and what does it mean now to have like this responsibility now over this territory or whatever?
Gotcha. Yeah, it's like you're being given a lot of power without understanding what that power entails.
And if that's the case, why me?
And is anyone setting you up for failure?
Right.
We'll see. All good questions that I just asked you and questions you asked yourself. And we will find out maybe some answers next week. But until we do that, this is GM Tuck wishing you all a good night. Have a good one, everyone.